All right, all you young basketball fans, Akil Augustine here with Niloo and Greg from the Wayne Theresa Embry Fellowship Program. And right now we're going to dig into these young people and what the program is. So first off, Greg, we'll start with you. We'll put you in the hot seat. Tell us about yourself and what you've been learning and studying while you've been here with the Raptors.
Absolutely. Thank you for having both of us. My main area is medical, mainly with sports science. So went to Waterloo for undergrad in kinesiology. Then I went to the University of Pittsburgh for a master's in sports science. Both of those schools, I worked with their basketball teams. With the Raptors, really helping build out our sports science platform, but also getting the opportunity to work in other areas, so coaching, front office, wellness and development, learning how all those different areas get to work with medical to keep our players healthy and happy.
I was first introduced to you while you were working on the vertical jump with the players courtside. So if you are at the game early, you can check his workout and see what he does now. Niloo, talk to me about your area of expertise.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us. I mainly work with the front office, but again, we do rotation, so we get to see everything in basketball operations. I grew up in Toronto, went to York University, studied criminology.
Okay.
Then I went to Syracuse Law School. I spent 3 years in upstate New York. And once I got my law degree was when I started pretty much right after with this fellowship. During law school, I interned with the Brooklyn Nets, so that was my initial introduction to the NBA.
With the bad guys, okay. We'll allow it.
Yeah, I mean, as a Toronto Raptors fan, it was interesting working there, but I had a great time, and that was, again, my introduction to the NBA, and then once I finished school, started the fellowship.
Okay, so Greg, I'll ask you, for those who don't know, what is this fellowship?
So this fellowship is a really unique opportunity. You get to work in every single department within the organization. And you also have an area of focus that you're really specializing in, where you spend most of your time in learning how you can contribute to that area, helping the organization. But then, as Niloo and I mentioned, you also get to work in every single department of the organization, learning how everything works in harmony to kind of help the team win and move forward.
All right, so Niloo, what were some of the standout experiences outside of your expertise that you've had with the group this year?
Right.
Maybe not broadcast so far.
Which is interesting because PR was actually one of my favorite rotations. So got to see behind the scenes of game days and practice days. So got to see a lot of that, which I had never seen before. So this fellowship gives you that unique access where you get to see things that otherwise, if you're not in those departments, you wouldn't get to see. So just having that unique access. Medical was great. Again, never had seen that side of things before. Spend time with equipment. And we also get to travel sometimes with the team, which is really cool. We got the chance to go to Summer League, training camp, and most recently I got to go to the G League Showcase. So getting to interact with other teams, other executives from different teams, and also the Raptors do a great job of introducing us and making those connections for us.
Now, Greg, we know your focus is medical, but what else has stood out for you from your experience here?
I think my favorite is coaching. Medical works so closely with coaching, but to be able to be in those meetings where Coach Darko and his whole staff talk about our medical reports, and then they'll talk about a game day scout. They'll talk about analytics from the past 10 games or so. Just being able to be in those meetings and learning from them is really, really rewarding and a really unique opportunity. And then helping them on the court as well, whether it's just rebounding or helping in drills, really building more rapport with the coaches and players. I think that was my favorite so far.
All right, now we'll get out on this, Niloo. I mean, you guys have done a great job of selling the program, but for other students who are thinking and contemplating of maybe applying in the years in the future, what do you say to them about how important this opportunity is going to be for their success?
This opportunity, it's unique in a sense that although you get to have your focus area, you see everything else and how, as Greg mentioned, everything works in harmony. Also, it's a great learning opportunity. It's very low risk, high reward situation where as a fellow, you're expected to be learning, but also you get to contribute as well. So you have your opinions and thoughts and skills valued within the organization. So, they have a very much open door policy. You get to pop in. I mean, with the front office, Bobby, Teresa, I can go in and ask them tons of questions, and they're always so willing to answer those. And it's just such a great experience and unique opportunity where otherwise you wouldn't get just working.
And of course, the namesake of this program is Wayne Embry, an NBA legend, the first black general manager in the NBA. Niloo, I'll start with you. Have you had a chance to rub shoulders, and what have you taken from Wayne?
Oh, absolutely. He is, like you said, such a legend in this space. Having played in the NBA and also being on the front office side as executive, he is so full of stories, so many amazing memories that he shares with us, and just his wisdom. It's always a pleasure spending time with Mr. Embry.
Greg?
Mr. Embry has a quote in his book that I really love, and it goes, "Always learn from those who have been in places you have not." And I think that really embodies the fellowship, being able to learn from people who have decades in the NBA, countless experiences that you haven't, and they're really open to sharing it. So that embodies the fellowship. And then Mr. Embry himself, he's a pioneer, he's a legend. He stands for so much that, we're trying to strive for as an organization, as a people. And he's just really easy to be around. You would never expect that he's done all these amazing things. He's really down to earth. He really values everyone that he gets to meet and touch. So it's an amazing opportunity just to share a game with him, watch the game with him, pick his brain on what he sees, and then also just have fun with him. He likes to laugh. He likes to have fun. He talks about his family a lot. He's a great person to be around.
All right, guys. So for those who might be curious as how they can get involved, what are the details? Niloo?
Absolutely. So the applications are now open for the next season, 2024-25. And people who are interested in applying can find the application process on the website, the Wayne Theresa Embry Fellowship website, which...
It's fellowship.raptors.com, and our Instagram is @RaptorsFellow.
The deadline is February 14th, so...
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out. And, of course, you guys got the website from our guy, Greg, so that does it for us. But we'll have more Raptors today after the break.